Hi, my name is Blair, and I wanted to tell you what I'm planting in May in Central Texas, the Austin urban area. There's plenty of things that I planted. I've planted things in January, February, March. It can be a lot to keep track of. But if you're just starting gardening now in Austin or in Central Texas or in a southern region that's going to have a long growing season, May is a great time to get started. Those of you in a northern climate, you're probably going, well, my last frost date was last week, so I'm ready to get started. Or maybe it's next week, whatever it is. These are the things that I'm planning on planting actually from seed in the ground. I've got my seed packets here, and I'll walk you through the things that I would plant now in May in Texas. There's quite a few things I wouldn't plant now also. If you haven't planted your tomatoes yet, you better get those guys in the ground. Maybe get an early variety like Early Girl or something like that. Believe it or not, you're actually a little late in Texas for those kinds of things because we have July and August, which are brutally hot. It can be over 100 degrees for tens of days, and that can be really tough on plants. Especially last year was really, really tough. So if you tried to grow things last year, maybe you started in the summer, you may want to skip the tomatoes or the peppers or things and put them in a fall garden. You can plant tomatoes in like September, keep them well watered, and go for a fall harvest. But it's starting to get a little late, believe it or not, even though we're just at the beginning of May. So anyway, let's walk through the things that I would plant right now. I have a lot of space in my garden from things that I pulled out that I planted in February and I've just harvested. So the main thing that I just harvested, you'll see in my other videos, was sugar snap peas. Those are basically completely done for the season, and I'm ready for the next thing. So what I am planting are first melons and two kinds of melons, like a cantaloupe type melon, though I do a smaller variety, and sugar baby watermelons. So where I'm planting is up a trellis, and I'm going to plant, this is just burpee, I don't know even where I got these, sugar baby watermelons. They are 80 days to harvest, which is pretty quick. They are, you plant them in 4 to 6 seeds, about 3 inches apart. I'm probably going to plant them a little further apart than that just because I know the way that they're going to vine. And I'm going to put a trellis behind them so they can go up that trellis. And then as the fruit develops, I will support the fruit with netting or something like that if the fruit gets pretty big. Now this is a really cool one. This is from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, and it's called Madhuras Honey Melon. And I really like this one. This does really well in Texas. It's real sweet flavor. The squirrels didn't even get all of them last summer. And they're a smaller melon. I didn't even have to put netting around these. I think maybe 1 or 2 that were in a weird spot, but for the most part, they actually just hung on the vine just fine. They're a little bit smaller. I can't remember. It says to put them 2 feet apart. It doesn't say how big they are, but my recollection is they were about yay big. I've got some seeds in my hand. About yay big, so kind of a personal size watermelon, and tasted fantastic. So highly recommend those. Another thing that I'm planting is cucumbers. Now I'm not much of a pickle fan, so I'm not planting pickling cucumbers. That would be a great option if you want to plant those. You can get those at any store. I did find some really unique cucumbers though, that I really loved. These were real sweet. My daughter loved them. They look like little potatoes. It's called a little pickling cucumber. I hope this is going into focus. Sorry if it's not. It's a small, like a 3-inch little round. It looks like a kiwi, honestly, or a small potato. But it was really tasty. Grew really well here in the summer heat, at least at the beginning of the season, and then kind of died out. But it was really fun and very prolific, actually. So I highly recommend that one. This one, I just got these seeds for free last year at my local gardening store. I guess it was the end of the season. They were giving them away. These are the Edmondson Cucumber. It's an heirloom variety, and they're a 4-inch white-green fruit, which just looks cool. So I'm going to try that this year. And I'm going to plant all of these along the same row. So they're going to vine into each other, but that's okay. I don't think I'm going to do this guy, but this is one that I've heard is really cool and does really well in heat. This is called an Armenian cucumber. They get really big. They can be 3 feet long. The fruit can be 3 feet long. I don't think I'm going to grow that one this year, but it's supposed to be really cool, and you don't have to support it or anything on the vine. The other things that I'm growing are beans, bush beans in particular. I've already planted a couple of pole beans. I'm going to plant a lot of these seeds because I've had trouble getting them to come up, but I'm planting 2 varieties. This is just a simple green bean. It's called Contender, just a green bean. And then, of course, you know me in purple, well, me and my daughter in purple. This is a Royal Burgundy bush bean. I've really liked this one. It's produced really well here in the past. Not just that it's purple, but it has produced really well here in the past. These are great because they're really easy to see on the plant, so you can pull them off. I don't have as much trouble with squirrels with these. At least my squirrels don't seem to like beans. Don't like their vegetables, I guess, except for tomatoes. But anyway, that's what I'm planting in May in Texas. And there's a few other things you could probably plant. I know a lot of people would plant their pumpkins maybe this month or next month for harvest around October, but I don't really do pumpkins here except for the ones that are volunteering in my yard. So that's it, but I hope that inspires you. If you're getting a garden started now, don't worry, it's not too late. There are some things you can grow. There's one other one. I don't particularly like them, but if you like cow peas, it's a southern thing. They're like a hard pea, and then you boil them and cook them and eat them, I suppose like you would any other bean, but they're not my favorite, but you can grow those. And okra is another great one that I would absolutely plant now. And sorry, one more, sweet potatoes, and I will be doing a video on that soon, but those aren't from seed, those are from slips, so it's kind of a different thing. But anyway, those are my kind of tips for May. I hope that you find something in that list that you really like, you can put into your garden, and as always, grow happy, have fun, enjoy gardening. Don't let it stress you out. Don't let it get you down when things, I mean, we will get down. I promise you, we'll get down when things die. But just realize that, that if you give it another shot, I think you got this. So have a great one. Thanks. Bye.